You're gonna have to be slicker than that if you're gonna try to sneak a peek. Well, you might as well come on in. Joshua,
Yes,
Solier, shoes.
shoes indeed.
What says you?
Today we are talking about shoes. We're going to be discussing the different kinds of shoes, different styles, different makers, and even a little bit of care for your shoes, because the shoes are the foundation of your career.
It's also said that it's the first thing a woman notices. Not true. However, they do notice.
Yeah, it's usually the last thing a man notices, but once you start to learn to appreciate the shoes more, then you'll start to notice it too.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
So let's get started here. We've got a fine collection here.
Yes.
This is my friend here has the best shoe collection I've ever seen put together in one place, and this is just a part of it.
Well, thank you so much. And this is a small part of it. We would be here all night and
Yes.
deep into early autumn if we really got into it. But yeah.
Yeah.
So a small little tidbits we'll start off with. So I am a huge fan of the French style.
The French style,
I like
yes.
the Italian style, but I love the French style for shoes. I used to be a huge English shoe
Yep.
wearer, and I still have a beautiful collection of Crockett & Jones, not only a few dress shoes, but mostly dress boots, and I would say urban sort of offerings.
Yeah.
Something I like to call casual chic. And
Yeah.
or sporting country, yes, but
I believe we're going to have to do an entire episode just on the boots
I think we should.
and
yes.
more casual wear too, because that can be part of a gentleman's regular rotation as well.
I agree. All right, perfect.
Let's start off with a few definitions before we get too far in. We're going to talk about different types of shoes. Oxfords are a very classic style that's been around since the 1800s. Originally started to be popular in the city by its name, Oxford. Not good. And you'll see some of these shoes, we'll describe them as Oxfords, but they don't look like the original version of it because they've been modernized, a lot more stylish, more French. I do have some that I will be demonstrating that have more of the older Oxford style. And then
The majority of these will be classified as derbies here.
yeah,
Yes.
and then we have derbies. Derbies have a different way of finishing where the laces get tied up. In some brands, that can be good if you have a high instep, but in the French style is very unforgiving in my opinion. So you have to have the shoe has to be well fit for your foot. And so the derbies is another style very similar to Oxford's. It's based off of it. Then loafers are the slip-on shoes, which originally came out in the the 1900s or so. Norwegian fishermen originally came up with the design. It was
Really?
an easy shoe to slip on and slip off.
Oh,
And then
why would they be slipping on and off shoes in those frigid temperatures?
I don't know, but that's where the design originally came from. It's of course been elevated over time and turned into a more formal, but still somewhat casual shoe. And then penny loafers are kind of interesting because they add well, you'll see it in some of these. They add a band over the top that originally was just the right size to slip a penny in, which was helpful at the time to make an emergency phone call back when phone booths were common.
And you could make a call with a penny?
With a penny back then, yes.
Really? Okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore at all, yeah.
Not anymore.
All right.
So let's talk about, let's go from left to right.
Left to right.
What type of shoe do we have here?
So this is a beautiful brand. I love this brand. This is a brand called Cavalcanti Paris, and these are the Rivas, if you can see these. And they're in a deep ox blood. I'm going to use the term ox blood a lot, or Lille de Vin, or Burgundy, and brand Cavalcanti, a relatively new brand, I believe, founded in 2008 in Paris by a man named Alexis Lefaux, and he is a direct descendant of Armand de Cavalcanti, as we spoke about it in the last episode, a general and advisor to Napoleon. Yeah, so I
Fascinating
love
history.
these. Yeah, Cavalcanti, and these are the Rivas.
I love that oxblood color too. It's beautiful.
Isn't that? Yeah, I love that. These need to get more wear too. So, and then we're gonna go to my Corte Arcas in another L'Île de Vin. Corte Arcas. Look at the design on that. Look at the way these the way they the toe just comes into this beautiful point, you know. Not the best for narrow feet. I'm sorry, for wide feet. And I have relatively wide feet, and there's a possibility that I've actually misshapen my foot.
In the name of fashion.
Yes, exactly. And so, but I love these Corte Arcas. I love these. Then we have another pair, and we're going to go on my Corte rant here. Pierre Corte. These are another pair of Corte Arcas in another L'Île de Vin, but these, the Burgundies and the Oxbloods, they seem to have slightly different coloring to them, even though they're all the same supposedly. And I like that because it seems individual. Each individual shoe will have something, a uniqueness to it. And this is obviously a monk strap, and I think these are beautiful. I wear these a lot. In fact, I overwear these, and they, believe it or not, because even though they're French shoes and these are dress shoes, these have been very resilient. I haven't had any problems with these at all, except for probably what they've done to my feet. All right.
They look brand new almost.
All right, then we have another pair of Cortes, and look at that, another, I don't believe these are actually Arcas. I know the name of them, but I just cannot recall right now. I should have studied up, but, and I should know this stuff, but another pair of Cortes, obviously monk strap or buckle, and I love these as well. These ones are actually relatively comfortable. The shoe box seems to be toe box seems to be a little wider, but maybe it's all in my head. But I do know that the problem with these being a little on the tight side seems to be remedied by a 2 to 3 Belvedere martinis. And you forget all about it. We have another pair of Corte Arcas here. Beautiful, beautiful shoe. Now this is in a blue nuit, but a dark blue nuit, blue navy, or a blue night. And what is so I don't even know what's going to pick up how dark blue these are.
Yeah, it's very dark.
You have the
burgundy color?
The burgundy on the monk strap there. And I love these too. And these start conversations, and not everyone loves them. They think it's a little much. Yeah, it's a little much. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. But I never thought that I would actually be interested in a pair of dress shoes that were blue. But there's something about it. There's something about it. Yeah.
You make me want to get a pair. I don't have a navy pair of shoes.
Oh, well, the thing about it is that I do have another pair that I'll show here in a minute of in the loafers that I have to be very careful wearing them because they get talked about. So as long as you stay with the darkers, you know, I think there's something to that. Yeah, okay. There we are.
And these are all fine leathers. Are these do you personally polish these, wax these? Is this as
to believe it or not? So no, I use Sophia Renovateur, and that's about it. And then I have a horsehair brush, and I do the little conditioning trick. But I don't know how to polish shoes properly, and I think I've damaged a few pairs by not doing it properly, and it doesn't matter how many Jay Fitzpatrick videos I watch. I have no idea how to do it properly. So yeah,
you can always take it to a professional, though, right?
I could, yeah.
And the nice thing about shoes like this is that they're an investment too. Mm-hmm. If you wear them a lot and you start to wear down the soles of the shoe, a qualified what do you call that?
Shoemaker,
yeah, qualified shoemaker. I was going to say luthier for a second, but shoemaker could replace them, and you could wear them again.
Exactly. However, I would never take a pair of my Cortez to a shoemaker anywhere within a 100-mile radius of where we live.
That's the price of having the finer shoes, isn't it?
Exactly. And the thing about it is that I make sure that I rotate my shoes properly so I don't put excessive wear. If I see maybe one is looking a little rougher, then I'll rotate it and I'll put it, I'll put it in the,
Now we got some
I'll
more.
rotate it and put it in the rotation.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm working for.
There
The
you go, yeah.
redundancy.
Put it in the rotation. Now these are all great examples of very stylish. These are all great examples of very stylish shoes. You have some more shoes here we're going to show in a minute. If you had to pick one pair as your first and only pair to buy when you're just getting started out in a corporate world and you need to start elevating your style, what would be the first pair that you would buy?
Well, none of these.
None of these, okay.
None of these. Oh, yeah. And I've said this before in previous videos. I would get a pair of dark brown, beautiful Crockett & Jones.
Okay.
A pair of Darbys or Oxfords, and light broguing. If you wanted broguing at all, but make sure it's light so it's not too casual looking, and that's what I would do. Crockett & Jones is a phenomenal company, and Northampton, and it's just, beautiful. Excellent. Beautiful. Yeah, can't go wrong. Well-built shoes too.
Yeah, excellent. All right, let's get the next set of shoes up here. With regards to loafers, would you consider those to be more of a casual shoe or a formal shoe?
You generally a casual. Casual, I would say almost seasonal to some degree. I find when I wear loafers, it's usually only in the summer, and I'm very careful about when I wear them, and but I like the look of them, and I never wear socks with loafers. But the funniest thing about even the majority of these Cortez and Cavalcanti is I do not wear socks with them either. And I don't know if that's advisable. This is something I just started doing a few years back, and I have some nice socks too, but I don't know what it is.
They're very comfortable without them.
They are, and I don't wear them for extended periods of time, so I don't worry about my feet getting too sweaty and damaging. And as soon as I get home, I put the shoe trees in. I put them on the woods immediately. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that. And they've all retained their shape over the years. So yeah.
That's the nice thing about good quality leather is you put the cedars inside and it starts to absorb any moisture that you may have implanted in them, and they become almost as good as new after a little bit of time in the shoe cedars.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know whether it's my body chemistry, but I'm not a huge sweater, so yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm not, a light, but not really, really bad. So yeah, it's okay.
Excellent.
So,
we got some more loafers here then. What do we have here?
We'll stick with the Cortez. So these are the Corte Cons. These are obviously blue suede shoes. Yeah, these get a lot of comments.
I can tell.
Good and bad.
What could you say bad about such a lovely pair of shoes?
Well, when people only notice the shoes, and not all the comments have been positive.
We're not supposed to only wear the shoes.
Well, I don't know. Wish I could get away with that. But no, good and bad. It's probably just because of they're a little more loud,
They're
I guess
pretty loud,
you could say. But the mistake I made with these is I would always buy, especially from brands like Corte or Abuse, is if you're buying a loafer, size it half a size down, because these are legitimately too big for me. And if I'm not wearing socks, I actually have to wear inserts, so I don't
That's fascinating.
stumble out of them, which has happened before, So I have to be careful with that.
I have the opposite problem with loafers. I usually have to go up a half size.
Oh, okay. It might have a lot to do with the brand too, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could do with the brand. I guess our everyone's foot shape is different as well. Yeah, but what do you normally wear that with? Like a velvet jacket or?
No, actually, I usually just wear that with an odd jacket. I probably would wear. The odd jacket would be obviously peak lapel. Something more casual with more of a pattern to it, patch pockets, so more of an Italian look, I would say. Relaxed shoulder, not a structured shoulder, and something casual. And I've even worn those with white denim You know,
Really?
off-white
Okay.
denim, yeah. Yeah, denim. And I've worn them with dark denim too. Yeah. And it works. It works, yeah.
Do you know what we should do? These are such a lovely color. I think we should put together an outfit, photograph it, and put it on our Instagram.
Well, that would be great.
Let's do that.
As long as I'm not in it, it'll be fantastic.
Let's have the outfit there. Make sure you follow us on Instagram so you can see how our friend here and how we would pair this shoe with an outfit.
Oh, that's brilliant, yes.
Okay.
Okay, then we go to probably my second favorite brand, Altan Botier. I spoke about Altan Botier in my...
Altan Botier.
yeah, Altan Botier, another French shoemaker and Turkish origins. And hence the name Altan. And these are the Lincoln Loafers, and these are in a dark blue as well, with that slight burgundy, or I think they might even call that a abouchine, but I'm not positive. And I would have to look at the actual listing for them, but I love these. I love these. And they've had some wear on it, but I love these, and I look for excuses to wear these, and I will wear these with even a more formal look or something that is a little more casual. I have this beautiful Pini Parma medium blue suit that I will wear these with specifically. Yeah, I really love these. Yeah, and these Altan Botier will not break the bank, but that depends on your bank. But in my opinion, they will not break the bank. These Cortés will put you in the poorhouse really quickly. But yeah, Altan Botier, the Parisian shoemaker, love them. Yeah,
Excellent.
perfect.
Very beautiful.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll now switch on over to the more I don't say classical, but the English side of the style spectrum here, and when we come back.
So, Joshua, we have a look into the English style slash American style.
That's right.
Yes. Okay.
So, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a side of me that's a little bit German, and I have to have a little bit wider style in my shoes, and I actually prefer the much more I don't know if it's an older style, but the English and early American style here. And what we have in this one is a Brooks Brothers shoe. Now, we're not sure exactly who makes it. It's made in Italy. They usually contract with a shoemaker, sometimes in the UK, sometimes in Europe, like this one's in Italy. But this is a very deep burgundy with a little bit of a purplish hue to it.
Okay.
And I love the way these shoes look and how they feel. They have a nice wider last on them, and they're just very comfortable. And then over here, we're back into Allen Edmonds. Almost all of my shoes are Allen Edmond. This one here is called a walnut color. It's like a light brown. It has a little bit of the, what's that called?
The broguing, yeah.
Broguing, I keep forgetting that term, yeah. So this is an Oxford, a little bit of broguing. I have worn these quite a bit. In fact, so much so that I've had them resold.
Okay.
So that's something you can do.
Did they do a good job?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one of the things I like about Allen Edmond is if you send the shoe back for, I think it's about $150, they will not only...
Oh, it was done by Allen Edmonds.
It was done by Allen Edmond, yeah. Okay. They'll change out the sole, which you can tell you need to get a new sole when you start to see the cork. But they'll change out the sole and they'll refinish the leather too.
Okay.
Yeah, which is great.
All right.
And these are a new pair I recently added to my collection. This is a nice standard burgundy. Oxford with light broguing, and again, very comfortable. I get these in their, I don't know if you can tell, it looks a little bit wider perhaps than our other shoes. This is their wider size. I like that because I have a high instep, and that makes it more comfortable when I'm lacing up the shoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
these are my,
there we are.
these are one of my favorite pairs of shoes that I almost never get to wear, but this is some formal shoes by Brooks Brothers. This one we do know who they contracted with. They contracted with Peel & Company, which was an older UK shoemaker. I don't know if they're still in existence or not, but during Brooks Brothers' glory days, they oftentimes contracted with them to make shoes. Okay. So these are actually made in the UK, and it's this high gloss formal wear, and you would think it's plastic, but it's not. These are actually leather that goes through a special process of treatment and polishing and glossing to make this high gloss look. And
Now, I don't know if those would be classified as pumps, but yeah, it's a term for
this style.
for the patent leather high gloss. I believe I could be incorrect about that. I've never owned a pair of pumps, but I know when we hear pumps, we're thinking something different as men, but yeah.
So I only get to wear these for black tie events, which unfortunately don't come through as often as they should.
Oh, they're nice. Yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I didn't bring a lot of my collection here. I have a lot of Allen Edmonds. I wear them a lot. They need to be shined, and that's a problem. It's getting harder and harder to find stores that actually do the shoe shining anymore. Now it seems like you can only do it at an airport. It's a problem here in the U.S. So what I recommend you do is if you get a pair of nice
I
dress
sent him
shoes,
home to go get his shine box.
if you invest in a nice pair of dress shoes, buy one of these. This is a cedar shoe shine box. This is to place your shoe on while you're shining. Inside of here, you've got some essential pieces of equipment. I did buy this at on Brooks Brothers. This was, I don't know if they still sell these or not, but this is a Brooks Brothers shoe shining kit. And you'll have a 100% horsehair brush, which is very important. You'll have these polishing cloths, which you will need, and we have application brushes. Get one of these for every major color that you have in your collection, and of course, different kinds of shoe polish. You can't go wrong with the Saphir Renovator. Yeah, this is something you can use on pretty much any shoe. If you need to add some color to a shoe because it's gotten scratched and you need to add some color, there's different options you can go with. One of my favorite things to do though is to get one from the actual shoemaker. That way it's the exact color. I have a pair of Chili shoes from Allen Edmonds, and I found that no other shoe color wax works other than the Allen Edmonds Chili color.
Okay, all right. It's so funny about whether there's a debate, this ongoing debate on whether you should, as soon as you get your shoes, whether you should condition them immediately. Some say yes, some say no, some say they might have been sitting in a warehouse in a box for years before you receive them. You have experts like Justin Fitzpatrick, who says you should not because they come treated as it is, but at least I know his does. But so I'm unsure whether you're supposed to do it immediately. I know that I've used the conditioner, the Renovator, on some of my shoes right after I've received them, and they've taken some of the color off. Not enough where I had noticed, but I think I should have left them alone and waited until I had excessive wear. And but I don't know. I don't know.
We won't go into the details of how to shine your shoes in this channel, but look for it online. There's a lot of tutorials, and it's a good skill to learn unless you happen to live somewhere where there's a lot of places you can go.
Yeah, exactly. All right, good. Shoe segment, lovely.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we've talked about the foundations on our foot. How do we afford these shoe collections? An important skill to learn is compensation negotiations.
Okay, there we are. Compensation. And you're an expert on this, aren't you?
I like to think I'm getting better at it. Yes. How do you afford such a nice shoe collection?
Debt.
Debt? Debt is one answer.
Well, I specifically save for specific things. This is what I do. So I try to keep my debt to a minimum, but it doesn't always work out. But or what half of my problem was that we would go out and I would have a few drinks, and I would come home and I would be inspired. And one of the biggest problems for me is I would come home and I'd get on YouTube and watch our dear friends Hugo Jacome and Sonia Glenn on Sartorial Talks. And next thing you know, I'm buying things in the middle of the night, half in the bag. So
it's hard not to do.
I blame both of them on their account, my debt.
You can't hold us accountable if you want to buy one of these pairs of shoes, though.
Exactly, yeah.
But what I can help you do, though, is increase your compensation, and it may help you increase your shoe collection. I recently discovered the importance of negotiating compensation. Well, I can't say recently, it was actually many years ago now. But there was a time when I was working for a startup, and I was making pretty good money, I thought. And then I started applying at different jobs, similar role, similar skill set. And in one job hop, I doubled my compensation.
Really?
Doubled it. And it was already high to begin with, I have to say. So it's very important, though, to learn the art of compensation negotiations, because if I had not negotiated the compensation amount, I would have ended up with a much lower pay.
Okay.
You only get one opportunity to negotiate your pay, and that is during the interview and offer phase. Once you get the call back from the recruiter that the company wants to make an offer, you can't relax then. That's actually when the heat turns up. That's when you need to be on your A game, because the next few conversations that you have with the company will be crucial to maximizing your compensation. So, how do you negotiate effectively with the recruiter and the hiring manager once you get the role? After you get the role, first thing you need to do, or maybe even before you get the role, is research your current market value. There are a number of tools online now that make this so much easier. It used to be you'd have to have a really good social network to really understand what your value was, but with the advent of the internet, there's a whole bunch of new tools you can use. A lot of people unfortunately go to glassdoor.com. There is some information you can get from that. I feel like it's usually way too low though. So it depends on what field you're in, which one you might want to go to. If you're in the medical field, you want to go to merithealth.com. They have a lot of information on pay packages and compensation for different medical professionals. If you're in the legal field, you want to go to acc.com. If you're in finance, I actually couldn't find a good site. If you are in finance and you've got a good resource, share it in the comments down below, because we like to share it with everyone else who's watching our shows. And for tech, which is a field that I'm in, levels.fyi has a tremendous amount of data that you can use to help understand your value, along with a helpful comparison chart for your current company and other companies as well. And I hope that as the internet is growing in popularity and people are becoming more open about their compensation packages, that a lot more information gets out there. Use that information though. If you don't learn what you're worth, you can't negotiate for higher compensation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How would I negotiate for compensation for this terrible wine that I bought?
It's not that bad.
Oh.
Let me try it again here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not bad.
Right.
It's okay. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, there's different forms of compensation though. Not a refund, but you have, in a lot of corporate jobs, you have your base salary. And oftentimes that's what's printed on job advertisements. There'll usually be a salary range. That's just a part of your compensation that you should be asking for in many fields. Now, obviously, different forms of compensation are different in different fields, but in many high-stakes roles, there's a base salary. There is a bonus system. Sometimes it's an annual bonus. Sometimes it's performance-based. Sometimes it is commission-based. But learn about the bonus system and try to get a feel for what that company offers with regards to bonuses. A lot of companies now also offer equity, and that can be restricted stock units or RSUs, or if you're looking into the startup world, stock options. And this is really where you can grow your wealth and elevate your compensation, is with stock options, because a lot of companies now will give you these initial grants that vest over a period of time as long as you stay with the company. And those grants, usually there's not a set limit. Well, it depends on the company, but there's a lot of room to negotiate on those equity grants. So I would definitely make sure that you see what other people are getting with regards to equity, because that can actually be a big component of your compensation package.
Okay.
And again, most places will only talk about salary online, so look for those other forms of compensation. Once you learn what you're worth, what your market value is, what other people are being offered, then it's time to negotiate. One of the best ways to negotiate higher pay is to actually have multiple competing offers. Yeah, that is tricky because that means you have to apply for multiple different companies and get accepted at nearly the same time. But it's worth the effort of trying to do. Yeah, and there's different ways you can stretch that out. If you get an offer from company A, you can say, can I please have a week or two to consider the offer while you're in the interview process for company B and C, for example. So always try to interview at multiple companies simultaneously and try to get more than one offer, because if company A comes to you with an offer and then company B comes to you with an offer, you could say, well, B is higher than A, so I'm taking B. Or you can do the smart thing. You can go back to company A and tell them, I received this offer over here. Can you beat that? Can you best that? So negotiating from a position of strength is always ideal.
Now, can't this same principle be used when it comes to women?
Ooh, can it?
Don't bother answering that. Big trouble.
I feel like that would backfire, honestly. Yeah, that would probably backfire bigly. But yeah, getting multiple competing offers is a great way to negotiate from a position of strength. And timing is important. Another thing you want to try to avoid is disclosing what your minimum offer that you're willing to accept is too early. A lot of times, once you start these calls with the recruiter, they'll ask you, what are you expecting? A lot of people say you should never tell the recruiter what compensation you want. I have a slightly different opinion on that. I feel like you should give the recruiter a range of what you feel is a competitive market rate for your skill set. And then the recruiter can decide if what they can offer is within that range, but you're not necessarily saying what your minimum is, you're just saying what you feel like the overall range is for your skill set. Never tell them what the minimum is that you're willing to accept. And also, always be prepared to say no. I have been given many offers that I have had to say no. In one case I can recall quite distinctly, the hiring manager came to me with an offer, and I had a competing offer at this point in time. I told them, can you offer me this? Because I want to work for your company. I like the people I interviewed with, but I need to get at least this much compensation to match the other offer I already had. And his response was, even I don't make that much.
Oh, really?
So it's important to be able to say no, because oftentimes companies just don't have the ability to pay what your market value is. And it's important that you have no qualms against saying no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sell your value. When you're getting ready to negotiate compensation, try role playing with a friend. Practice the way you're going to word what you want and how you're going to word your market value and what you're asking for. And last but not least, don't forget to dress to impress while negotiating.
Yes.
Starting with the foundation, excellent footwear.
Your excellent footwear, yes. Good, beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah. All things I don't understand, but brilliant. Nevertheless, yes.
You never had to negotiate because they just offer you more than you could possibly spend, right?
No. I've negotiated my way out of companies, but that's
another skill
not
set.
on this level, though. I will say, or yeah.
I have a question for you now, actually. How do you feel about people wearing sneakers with their business casual attire?
Business casual?
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I'd like to say I'm warming up to it a little bit, as long as they're not actual athletic trainers. If there's something like I hate to use this term, but designer sneakers. No big logos or anything like that on them, but yeah, something like a beautiful leather sneaker, white leather sneaker, that doesn't have a huge logo. If it's something very, understated, that can look smart. It can look, relaxed, and you still don't look, if you put on a pair of I've seen these guys and they're wearing these New Balance running shoes and. Don't do that. That's a mess.
New Balance is for the gym.
And I have another place where I think it's for, but that's a different story. But yeah, so we could one day down the road we'll do a episode on that, and I will bring out, or I will bring out my sneaker collection, designer sneaker collection.
Excellent.
And and it has its place. Yeah.
Excellent.
I've never worn than with a suit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I consider myself a traditionalist when it comes to tailoring, and it's not my thing. I haven't reached that point, and I probably never will. Yeah.
I've seen someone wear black sneakers with their suit, and now if it's for a medical condition, that's one thing. But if there's no medical reason, it just doesn't look good.
No, I don't think it looks right, and I can't warm up to it. And the thing about it is, Corte and a lot of these, high designers, they will have options, but you're still running into a pretty penny for something that's, you have to debate whether it's going to work or not with that specific attire. Yeah. All right. Perfect. All right.
Let's talk about what we're wearing then, shall we?
Okay. First,
let's start with you. Yeah. What are you on wearing today?
I am, once again, Edward Sexton jacket here, and Edward Sexton trousers, and the jacket is I guess you could say it's a Prince of Wales check, double-breasted. Love this Edward Sexton shoulder. Very statement like, and it seems to even look more predominant in the lighter color here. All right.
That's great.
Shirt today is a Charvet. I have a slight admiration, not a slight admiration, but I have a huge admiration, but I have a slight Charvet shirt collection. I have 3 Charvet shirts.
Okay.
And they're so precious that I'm very careful about when I wear them.
All right.
Because they were expensive. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen one before, actually.
Exactly.
It is. Is that like almost looks like a silky color?
It is, and it's almost, it's a, I don't know whether it's a dark navy to almost a really, really purplish. But
it's definitely very dark navy.
It's very dark navy, but in the light it has like slight traces of purple.
Because of the sheen.
Yeah, slight purple. Yeah, so it's not shiny, so it's nothing like that.
No,
so, yeah.
The weave is so fine.
Exactly. And then the trousers today, those are Edward Sexton as well. The shoes I am wearing today are another pair of Cortés, and these are Arcas, but in a dark brown tobacco suede. And I'll put a picture of those on the screen. So, yeah, exactly. And then I have my timepiece today. This is something very interesting. This is a timepiece that was created by Gives and Hawkes Savile Row #1, and limited time. They produced these, obviously with another Swiss company, and I never wear these watches. I have 2 of them. I have one in this yellow gold, and I prefer rose gold, but this works just fine.
I like the yellow gold.
Yeah, and this beautiful chronograph, classically face chronograph. It has the 1771 Gives and Hawkes crown on the back side.
Okay.
So it's not an open case back, but so Gives and Hawkes Savile Row #1, been around since 1771, one of the oldest bespoke tailoring houses in Savile Row. So
excellent.
It is. I think it's a special piece, but only time will tell. Yeah.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Go get it. Yeah. There, double entendre there. So yeah, and on the pochette today. This is, I always have a problem doing this. I don't know what my issue is here. This is the Triumph of Bacchus. There we are, yes. There we are, yeah. Yes, the Palazzo Farnese in Rome.
Oh, there's more color on this side.
Oh, is there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's more colorful on this side. Yeah.
One of the frescoes.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. If you really took time to look at this, there's some deviance in this. I will tell you that. Oh yeah. If you can see what I mean.
Well, that's a great piece there.
Yeah.
That's the Rampling Company, right?
Oh yes, Rampling Company. I'm so sorry. Yes, sorry. Perfect. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and you got nice cufflinks on there too.
Oh, cufflinks. Yeah, and the thing about it is, I always overlook the cufflinks on every single show. So the cufflinks today are where I get all my cufflinks from. These are Skultuna. Skultuna, Sweden. So Skultuna is from what I understand, 1607, the oldest continually operating company in the world.
Oh, wow.
Skull Tuna, 1607, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and they have a vast, brilliant collection and selection of cufflinks. Yeah, and not too expensive. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, did you want to talk about the...
and my lapel pin.
It's a beautiful lapel pin.
Northampton Saints Rugby Union Club.
Ah.
Yes, there we are. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay, so I'm more casual today. I have a J-press blazer with tropical wool. It's not much padding. Actually, maybe there's no padding. It's a very light blazer, great for hot weather.
With our shoulders, we don't need
It's got big
padding.
shoulders, yeah. It's a very, very comfortable, very lightweight, great in hot weather. I'm also wearing, I think everything's J-press almost. The shirt is a Oxford cloth point collar shirt from J-press, which is a nice, again, for hot weather. And these are part of their summer season for 2025. I'm wearing gray trousers from J-press as well, and this is a blend material. I forget what the blend is, but it's also great for hot weather. Mm-hmm. So I'm dressed for summer today. I've got my summer vibes going.
Yeah, it might be hard to tell, but this is a very light outfit. Yeah,
very light.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and the tie, we have another Joseph A. Bank. I'd forgotten how many of these I had. I have even more Brooks Brothers ties, but this is another Joseph A. Bank from their glory days, made in Italy. It's a nice orange, adds some color. Mm-hmm. And my shoes today are penny loafers from Allen Edmonds, without the penny in them. But yeah, I've got nice.
Those are nice, actually. I like those. Yeah, I do like those.
I found that this brand, if I get their wider shoe, it just fits perfectly on my feet. Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah. So these are only penny loafers I actually feel comfortable wearing, and I have to be comfortable because I end up usually walking quite a bit on my way to work. And then for the timepiece, we have a what is this called? It's a Seiko watch, but what's the model?
Samurai.
Samurai. Yeah, Seiko Samurai. This one has the black waffle dial.
Yeah.
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 And
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready for I'm ready. It's got I got my diver on. I'm ready to go to the boat.
Exactly. And I think that piece, do I see traces of yellow?
The second hand has it.
Yeah. So I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
traces.
Yeah. And then I'm wearing my my Japanese pocket square again. This is the Taira no Kiyomori's Spectral Vision by Utagawa Hiroshige. And this is depicting Tairo-san, the death and destruction caused by Tairo-san during the Civil Wars, which I believe ended only after he died of fever, which is unfortunate. Yeah. I'm wearing my Japanese style pocket square today because I'm very much looking forward to my upcoming trip to Japan, where I will spend a long time traveling rural Japan. So if we don't have an episode for a little bit of time, still stay subscribed and keep checking back, because once I come back, we'll have a lot more outfits to discuss, a lot more career initiatives. Our next episode is neckwear and networking. Okay. It's going to be a good episode.
Very good. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
And follow us on Instagram. We are going to be posting some outfits, some great ideas for you to consider, along with the companies we purchase the items from. So you can, if you like the style, you could go there and find the items yourself in your size. And I will also be trying to post some pictures of higher-end men's clothing stores in Japan while I'm there. So we'll try to find some interesting things for you all while I'm in Japan.
The Japanese are known for their tailoring and for their high-end shoemaking too. Yes.
Yes.
Some of these high-end shoemakers in Japan will go to and they will study in Florence or Firenze, and they will come back and open up their boutique in Tokyo, and unbelievably beautiful shoes. A Japanese dress shoe style is very specific. They have this. They have this thing for a heel and an arch.
Excellent.
which is, or at least I think I have that right. And it's,
I think so,
it's
yeah.
very interesting, yeah.
Very unique shoes.
All right, perfect. Today I had to forego the tie because all of my Charvet shirts are just a touch too small. So they don't button up all the way. I can do my little trick where I move the button over, but it doesn't always work. So
Yeah.
throws off the proportions. So yeah, apologies on the lack of a tie.
Oh, it still looks nice casual look.
Yeah, there we are, my dear fellow.
Another beautiful day.
Another beautiful day, even though we're on the cusp of dusk.
Cusp of dusk.
Yes, but it is a beautiful day indeed. Thank you so much for watching, and that's all.
Join us in the next one.
Exactly. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.